All right, let's jump right in. We're going to talk about something that's shaking up the IT world in a huge way: artificial intelligence and what it's doing to the role of the database administrator. Now, if you're a DBA or you even work with one, listen up. This isn't just another software update we're talking about. This is a full-blown revolution.
So, what we're doing in this explainer is breaking down how jobs are changing as companies bring in more AI. We'll look at the new responsibilities and, maybe more importantly, the skills you're going to need to stay ahead of the curve. And just so you know, all of this is based on a really detailed report from Virtualization Options LLC. We're hitting the highlights here, but believe me, the full report, it goes way deeper.
And you know, the report we're pulling from? It doesn't pull any punches. I mean, check out this quote from the executive summary. It really says it all. We're not just talking about some minor changes here or, learning a new tool. This is a huge, fundamental shift, the kind of thing that only comes around once in a generation.
Okay, let's just get to the elephant in the room, right? This is the question everyone is asking. It's that little bit of fear in the back of your mind every time you read a headline about AI. Is this thing coming for my job? Is it here to replace me?
Well, here's the answer, and it's a big one. For database administrators, the answer is no, flat out no. But, and this is a huge but, the job you'll have in 5 years, it's going to be almost unrecognizable compared to what you do today. So this isn't about your job disappearing, it's about it completely, totally evolving. All right, so to really get where this is all headed, we've got to first take a quick look back at where we're starting from. Let's talk about the foundation. The classic role of a DBA. For years, DBAs have been the absolute heroes behind the scenes, right? The guardians of a company's most precious asset, its data. They're the ones doing everything, from installations and setup to painstakingly tuning performance, locking down security, making sure backups are solid, and, being the first person you call when everything hits the fan. They're literally the ones keeping the digital heart of the business beating. But here's the kicker, and this insight from the report really stopped me in my tracks. When you add up all that firefighting, all the manual checks, all the user support, how much time is left for the big picture stuff? For planning and strategy? Just 6%. 6. Think about that. Almost all of their time is eaten up by the day-to-day grind of just keeping things running. And that brings us to the future. This is where AI steps onto the stage. And remember, it's not showing up to replace anyone. It's here as a massive force multiplier. This is what creates the AI-enhanced DBA, and it's a total paradigm shift in how a DBA adds value to the company. I love this slide because it just lays it out so clearly. Think about it. The traditional DBA, mostly reactive. An alert goes off and you jump in to fix it. It's manual, it's tactical. But the AI-enhanced DBA, the whole game changes. They become proactive, using AI to spot problems before they even happen. The work gets automated, which frees them up to be strategic, to actually design the future instead of just fixing the present. So what does this new role actually look like? Well, it means you're managing a whole new set of tools, a totally different tech stack. We're talking about stuff that just wasn't on the radar for a traditional DBA. Things like AI-powered monitoring that actually learns what's normal, or databases that tune themselves. And then there's this whole new world of things like vector databases and ML feature stores. It's a completely new landscape. Let's zoom in on one of those for a sec, because it's super important. Vector databases. What the heck are they? Well, think of it this way. A regular database is great at finding an exact match, like finding a customer with a specific ID. A vector database is different. It's built for AI. It finds things that are conceptually similar. It's the magic behind modern search engines, recommendation systems, all that generative AI stuff. And knowing how to manage these, that's a huge new skill. So your actual day-to-day job gets a major makeover. Instead of spending hours manually tuning a slow query, now you're overseeing the AI system that does it automatically. Instead of just supporting a web app, you're now supporting AI model training, which is a whole different beast. And the people you talk to all day, it's less about application developers and more about data scientists and ML engineers. Your whole focus shifts up a level to that big picture strategic stuff. Okay, that's the big picture of what's changing and why it matters. But the million-dollar question is, how do you get from here to there? Well, the report lays out a super practical roadmap for closing that skills gap, and that's what we're diving into next. And here it is. This is basically your playbook for the next year. It breaks the whole journey down into manageable chunks. You see, you start with the basics in the first few months, getting your head around AI concepts and Python. Then you get your hands dirty with the new tools. After that, you start applying it to real but safe workloads. And by the end of the year, you're ready to lead on the strategic stuff. Look, it's definitely a marathon, not a sprint, but this makes it totally doable. It puts you in the driver's seat. So what exactly should you be learning during that year? Well, Python is at the top of the list. It's basically the language of AI, so it's a non-negotiable. You've got to understand the fundamentals of machine learning. Not enough to be a data scientist, but enough to speak their language and support what they do. And then, of course, you've got the really practical stuff. Managing vector databases, building data pipelines, working with cloud AI services, and using all the new AI ops tools.
And let's just use Python as an example of how you could tackle this. It's not as scary as it looks. You start with the absolute basics, syntax, functions, that kind of thing. Then you learn the key libraries for working with data, like pandas and NumPy. From there, you can start to understand the big ML libraries. But the most important step? Number 4, start using it right away. Build little scripts to automate some of your boring daily tasks. That's how it really sticks. Okay, so after all this work, all this learning, what's the real payoff? It's massive. We're talking about a fundamental change in how the entire business sees the DBA. You go from being a super important, but let's be honest, operational cost, to being a genuine strategic asset. Hey, remember this chart from the beginning? Let's just bring it back for a second. That tiny little slice, that's 6%. That's all the time a traditional DBA gets for strategy, because the other 94% is just, well, it's just keeping the lights on.
Now, look at this. This is the after picture. When AI and automation take over the routine stuff, that strategic time just explodes. It goes from 6% all the way to 25%. That's more than 4 times the strategic impact. And we're not talking about just sitting in more meetings. This is time you can use to design a data architecture for the next big product launch, or work with the business to build something that actually makes the company money, real, tangible value. So let's bring it all home with the single most important takeaway. AI is not replacing the DBA. What it's doing is taking away the most boring, the most repetitive, the most thankless parts of the job. It's freeing up a smart, skilled person to do what people are best at, the complex, creative, strategic thinking. This isn't job replacement. It is, without a doubt, job elevation. You know, the story of the DBA is one of the first, clearest examples of how AI is going to change IT. But it is absolutely not the last. This pattern we've just walked through, that shift from manual to automated, from reactive to proactive, from tactical to strategic, you can bet it's coming for other roles too. The only real question left is, which one's next?